In this video, I am going to discuss my assigned topic, which is the cloud formation and precipitation. But before I formally started, let's just explain the learning objectives in these lessons. First is the students can differentiate the cloud formation and precipitation. Second, identify the type of clouds and weather they predict. Third is describe the various types of liquid and solid precipitation. So my topic is about how do clouds form. The water or ice makes up clouds travel into the sky within the air as water vapor, the gas form of water. Water vapor gets into the air mainly by evaporation. Some of the liquid water from the oceans, lakes, and rivers turn into the water vapor and travel into the air. When air rises in the atmosphere, it gets cooler and it's under less pressure. When air cools, it is not able to hold all of the water vapor it once was. Water, when air pressure drops, the vapor become small water droplets or ice crystals, and it becomes a cloud formations. So we all know that cloud is composed of water droplets or ice crystals that are suspended in earth. If the droplets become large enough, they may be visible as clouds or fog. The process behind the cloud formation is called the condensation. As you can see in this picture, it is a process of water cycle, and it's related on how clouds form. As you can see, there has different factor or elements on how clouds form. We have lake, oceans, river, and many more. So let's tackle first the process, which is the evaporation. When we say evaporation, is changing of water to form a liquid to a gas. Evaporation is the evaporation of water. If the sun heated the lakes, river, and the ocean, there is a tendency that evaporation exists, and that water evaporated, that's we call the water vapor. The water that evaporated is entering to the atmosphere, and probably it will become a form of clouds. So let's proceed to the second one, which is condensation. Condensation, it is the changing of water from a gas to liquid. Water vapor in the atmosphere condensing into a liquid water droplets in cloud. Condensation happens with the help of tiny particles floating around in the air, such as dust, salt, crystals from sea spray, bacteria, or even ash from the volcanoes. Those particles provide surface on which water vapor can change into a liquid droplets or ice crystals. Liquid water changes into the gas when water molecules get extra energy from heat source such as the sun, or from water molecules running into them. These energetic molecules then escape from the liquid water into form of gas. In the process of changing from liquid to gas, the molecule absorb heat when they carry with them into atmosphere. That's called the water they leave behind. So I already tackled the cloud formation, or how do clouds form. The first one is, or the first main factor of the cloud formation is the evaporation of water from the oceans, rivers, and the lakes, because because of the heated off by the sun, and that water evaporated is that we call the water vapor. It is the entering the water to the atmosphere to become form of clouds. Let's proceed to the different types of the clouds. How many generally types of clouds are there? So we have 10 different types of clouds. Number one is alticumulus clouds. Alticumulus clouds are fairly common clouds that look like round white or gray patches in the sky. They are sometimes grouped in a parallel lines and have been described as looking similar to tuft of wool or fish scales. The second types of clouds is altrostratus. Altrostratus, these clouds form a white or gray layer that blankets the sky at the mid-level. There are usually no patches of blue skies when these clouds appear, but the sun is often visible as a dimly lit disk behind the clouds, although no shadow appears on the ground. The third one is cirrocumulus cloud are much smaller than most other types of clouds, and they are sometimes called cloudlets. They're found at high altitude, are made of ice crystals. They are often arranged in the parallel rows. They are one of the rarer types of clouds and usually don't last long. The number four types of clouds. We have cirrostratus. Cirrostratus it is our transparent wispy clouds that cover most or all of the sky. The best identifier to cirrostratus cloud is the halo or ring of light surrounding in the sun or the moon. Number five is the cirrus. Cirrus wispy clouds located in the high in the atmosphere are likely cirrus clouds. They are thin and white with lots of the blue skies visibles. They can occur in fair weather or when a warm front of large storm in approaching. Let's proceed to the number six. Cumulonimbus are the classic thunderstorm clouds and are a large towering clouds that are often dark in color. Seeing them is a sign that there is a storm is likely on its way. They can be large, appearing like a mountain, sometimes with a flat top. Number seven is the cumulus, the stereotypically uh, puffy cloud you probably draw a lot of when you were a kid. Cumulus clouds are dense individual clouds that are bright white on top and gray underneath. They typically appear earlier in the day when it's sunny day. So let's proceed to number 8. The Nimbus stratus clouds form a thick, dark layer across the sky. They are often thick enough to blot out the sun, like cumulonimbus clouds. They are associated with heavy precipitation, but unlike cumulonimbus, you can pick out individual nimbus stratus clouds. Let's proceed to the number 9. The stratocumulus clouds are somewhat similar to cumulus cloud, but are flatter, thicker, and darker. There is a less blue sky between the clouds, and the weather will appear more cloudy than sunny. And then let's proceed to the number 10. The stratus. Stratus clouds similar to fog, but on the horizon instead on the ground. Stratus clouds are gray features layers of clouds that cover all or most of the skies. And that's all the type of the clouds. So let's proceed to the precipitation and how precipitation exists. When will water leaves a cloud and fall to the ground as precipitation? Basically, when gravity tells it to. When clouds droplets grown into the drops heavy enough to fall to the earth, that precipitation occurs. So precipitation it is the falling of any form of water from the air, earth's surfaces. It is a form of water particles that falls from the atmosphere and reaches the ground. Precipitation can be liquid or solid, such as snow. Precipitation occurs when clouds, droplets, or ice crystals join together become heavy enough to fall. And so we already know that precipitation it is a form of water that fall from to the atmosphere to the ground. So the best example of that is the rain. We all already know that rain is came from to the atmosphere that fall into the ground. The best explanation of that is why precipitation exists is because of the water cycle. Earlier, we already discussed that water cycles, we have the evaporation. That evaporation is if water evaporated to the atmosphere, it becomes form of the clouds or it the form of the clouds. So if that clouds condenses, it will be heavy, and that's the time that it will be fall to the or it will be fall or it will become a rain, or that precipitation will be exist.